Yeah, we have been, having troubles, like for many years, 30 years, then world recession and many things, This type of events will help our exporters.
Provide an opportunity, no?
And our exporters to, like, say, large-scale exporters to, expand their businesses.
Yeah.
Maybe small-scale exporters to,
introduce themselves.
Introduce new the production services, find new buyers.
Yeah.
So when the people are coming in thousands, we should be able to find trade partners, the investors who invest in this particular area. So I think this event, we are trying to have it every other year, like, once in 2 years. And
it's too big an event to have it every year.
It's very difficult in the sense, like, you need at least 1 year to prepare for this. It's very, very difficult, Like a lot of work that, we had many road shows in many parts of the world, to attract these 1,000 people into a particular event. Again, when we attract people, we're attracting the best people.
Yeah.
In the sense, like, not just, visitors, We see their profiles, we see the businesses, what they have done with Sri Lanka, the products that they buy, and whether they are the distributors or buyers or whatever it is, many things that we consider. Then only that we invite these people, we think that these are serious people who will come and do business with us.
Right. And what has the response been like from the outside business world towards this event, the expo?
Yeah, I think everyone is very excited, in the sense, like, exporters. Our first task was to attract exporters, big timers, like, if you look at, people like Mars, Brandix, or Akbar Brothers, few companies, So they are the big timers in this.
Yeah.
Our main task was to attract them. So that response is very good. Now, at one point that we need to decline the request for the stalls. We have many, as 350 exporters displaying more than 4,000 products. Then attracting, buyers, from the other countries. If you look at, countries like China, we are getting more than 350 people coming from China. We see, more than 200 people coming from India, like 100 people from America, We are attracted, and everybody is excited, This is a good event. I can guarantee, yes. Yeah.
Yes. Remind us a little bit about the dates, and is it also open for the public, or is it just for the business community?
We'll be having for 4 days, and the first 2 days only for the delegates, that is to facilitate business, with them. But the second and third and fourth day for the common public, they can come and, view this, the strength of our exports. That is on the 30th and the 31st from 10 to 8 every day, open for public.
Open for public.
So we'd like to, welcome Sri Lankans to see our strength in exports.
Indeed, something we all should look forward to. And of course, this event is being held with the intention of making Sri Lanka the hub of Asia. And thank you so much for Janaka Ratnayaka, who has been with us on the show today. Thank you so much for waking up early and being here today. With that, we'll go in for a short commercial break. When we come back, we've got some stories from around the world and some interesting stories about new technological devices that's also coming up. Welcome back. A very good Tuesday morning to you once again. If you're just joining us, you're watching Good Morning Sri Lanka here on MTV Sports. Well, it's time now for us to take a look at some stories from around the world. And now recently, Apple, the American multinational corporation that has been in the forefront of designing and creating and introducing several revolutionary consumer electronics, made a very bold statement by announcing that they will start to pay dividends. Now, this sort of put pressure on other tech giants as well to do the same. Let's find out if Google is one of them.
If cash is king, then Apple has been perched comfortably on its throne for some time. With over $97 billion on hand, it easily rules Moody's list of the top cash-rich U.S. companies. Now that it has announced a dividend and a buyback, the rest of the cash-rich list is getting a looking over. Microsoft and Cisco are in second and third place and already pay dividends. But it's the next name that could have investors searching for a payout. Howard Silverblatt of S&P Indices.
Google is the largest company currently, has enormous cash, and has the ability. So what you would need in that case is for them to decide to do, just as Apple made the decision to do it.
According to Moody's, Google has about $44 billion of cash on hand. The technology industry has more cash than any other U.S. sector. Much of it is held overseas, often to avoid U.S. taxes. At the same time, tech companies are under pressure to have money on hand for things like acquisitions or research that will produce the next product to drive growth. Michael Gayad is the chief investment strategist at Pension Partners, LLC.
In general, tech companies, when they initiate dividends, it's not really seen as a positive because the implication is, well, then they can't find other growth opportunities. And technology as a sector tends to be a growth sector.
But despite that perception, technology companies have begun to share the wealth.
Technology does pay relatively well now. It's difficult to grasp that if you go back about 15 years ago, but I think it came of age in 2003 with Microsoft, and this is a continuation of that.
Given Apple's incredible cash flow, this dividend will actually barely nibble at its mound of cash, a mound that keeps growing with each new product. Bobby Rappel.
Well, there you have it. I'm sure some of you might be wishing that you were stakeholders or shareholders of Apple itself to bag a couple of extra dollars in your pocket. Well, moving on from there, we've got some of the latest developments in the world of entertainment, where Iran has done very well at the Asian Film Awards. And also I hear that Beyonce can't wait to get back to performing after the birth of her first child, and also Kylie Minogue, the pop princess, is also wowing Australian crowds. Take a look.
Best Foreign Language Oscar winner A Separation has netted 4 prizes at the Asian Film Awards. It was named Best Film and won Best Director for Oscar Farhadi, plus screenwriting and editing trophies. The film has done well this award season, picking up a Golden Globe and Golden Bear Prize at the Berlin Film Festival on top of the Academy Award. Beyonce is set to return to the stage for the first time since giving birth to daughter Blue Ivy. The Grammy winner will perform 3 concerts in New Jersey in May at Atlantic City's Revel Resorts as part of the new casino's launch. Beyonce gave birth to her first child in January. Singer Kylie Minogue launched her Anti-Tour in Melbourne, Australia on Sunday night with a stripped-down set list and a show without backing dancers and extravagant costume changes. The so-called Princess of Pop played 2 shows in one night for what she called her super fans, with ticketing restrictions in place to keep ticket touts at bay. The Duchess of Cambridge received a warm welcome from children waving flags outside a hospice in the eastern English town of Ipswich on Monday, as she arrived to inaugurate the building and make her first public speech. The Duchess, Kate Middleton, toured the children's hospice building and met with children and their families. Before leaving, she planted a commemorative tree on the grounds.
Commercial. Well, there you have it. That was the very latest from the world of entertainment, where Kylie Minogue and Beyonce is all out for performing, and Iran has done some very good work in the film section, of course. Well, now we're going to have a story of. We're going to take a look at a story where we've got a super cool device that some researchers say that was really designed to save lives. But you would think that it came out of some James Bond movie or something when you see it. It's this small plane-like device that is sent into troubled situations where you can gather a lot of information on. We can find out more about that after this short commercial break.